Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading. This is for Monday the 12th of March. I'm using the Wheel of the Year tarot again for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of and what the energy is about. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, then we have the World, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, the Four of Pentacles, we can see this man who looks very grumpy and unhappy and mean, but the reality is that he's a man who's insecure, he's frightened of being stolen from, and he's got all of these riches and wealth, and he's hiding it from the bandits because he's been robbed before, and he's gone into miser mode because this is the only thing that he's got in life. This is his security. And he is trying to protect that from negative energy that's trying to take it away from him. But what's interesting is that his desire to secure his own life and to nail down his circumstances and make himself secure have turned him into something he's not. Fundamentally, he's a wonderful, good person who's caring and loving, and this fear has turned his face into one of suspicion and anger and distrust, and he's clawing at this bag. So his fear is turning him into something that he isn't. So watch out for being overly self-interested. It will turn you into something that you don't want to be. The next card is the World, and the World is the opposite of that. The World is the final card of the major arcana. The World is the Fool who's gone through everything in life. Being a parent, experiencing disappointments, real victories, successes, being reborn, going through different incarnations in life. And at the end of the journey, he or she realizes that everything will work out in the end, that she is the center of the universe, that the world is only a reflection of what she thinks in here, and that whatever happens, happens because you manifest it for yourself through your own way of thinking, through your experiences, and through your reaction to those experiences. So, we've got all the signs of the zodiac worn as a headband. We've got all the seasons. And what that really means is mind over matter. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are much more powerful than anything that the world can throw at you. So if you are afraid of being stolen from, or if you are afraid of losing something, remember that you can manifest something even better, and that you don't need to cling on to things and grasp for things. There will always be another opportunity. There will be other ways of succeeding, and you don't need to let life turn you into something that you don't want to be. So his excuse would probably be, you know, I'm miserable and mean to people because I've been treated so badly in the past, so I'm justified in my bad behavior because this is my money, I worked very hard for it, and I'm not going to let anyone take it from me. The other option he has is to be a little bit wiser in the first place and not take all of his life earnings and to walk along a public path with it in some sort of a bag that's totally insecure. He's asking to be robbed in the first place. And second of all is to have more common sense, to take your belongings, to store them away safely somewhere, and to realize that you don't have to be this miserly person. You can create more wealth in the future. Not everyone is out to get you. You can create more wonderful things, and that wealth has stemmed from you being positive and loving, and that's how you've created it. And if you stay that way, you can create more of the same. But if you become mean-spirited and you cling on to things, then you make your life smaller and your wealth reduces, and you're guaranteed to lose some of this money, which he already is because he hasn't even had the foresight to close this bag. Things are falling out. Finally, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is a woman who is also very abundant and prosperous, who lives a very rich and prosperous and positive life. She is able to enjoy the luxuries of this world, to enjoy the beauties of this world. And that's the answer here. You don't need to grasp and cling to your finances and make sure that you maintain everything. If anything, your experience and your vulnerability and understanding of yourself shows you that you have more than enough. And if anything, you can be of service to other people today and give your money away. And because you are in such a good place, you will always be able to create more. You'll create wonderful, beautiful things, which will add more value in future. I mean, let's say she made this dress herself. She has the skill to make this kind of dress. Yes, she'll need a couple of coins for the fabric, but if she's able to create that, she will always have money because she will always be able to create beautiful dresses, and women will always need beautiful dresses to wear. So she doesn't have anything to worry about. Her security doesn't come from money and belongings. It comes from doing something that she cares about, remembering that she has infinite wisdom and skill, and when she applies that to something in a positive way that creates beauty in the world, money is a side effect. So the one thing you don't have to worry about today is money. And if there is a situation where someone comes to you and says, I need money, I need some help, use your common sense. Don't immediately go into mother mode and say, it is my job to take care of everyone else. And because I'm so wealthy and abundant, if someone asks me for help and I don't give it, then I'm a bad person and I should feel guilty and all of that. Don't do that. Let's say you've got a child and that child is addicted to drugs, and they knock on your door at 3 in the morning and they say, I need some money right now. I'm suffering, I'm struggling. And that's your child. You don't want it to suffer. So of course you give them the money and they go off on their way and they do whatever they want. And you think that you've done something to make them feel better. You've got rid of their cravings, and you know your child isn't going to suffer that day. And I'm sorry to use such a dark example, but you don't know if you give your child money on that night, that's not going to be the one night that they are going to take too much and they'll OD. So you have no control over what will happen, and your good gesture may not end well. Also, it may be that your child has knocked on your door 5 times before, and you've given money each time, and it's not helped, and they're still addicted to drugs, and it's a cycle, and nothing's changing. Maybe the motherly, nurturing thing to do would be to say no, and to call the police and to put them in the system, and maybe that's what's going to get them cleaned up and get them the help that they need. You don't know what the answer is, so because we have the world in the middle, instead of asking, what am I going to do about this situation? Ask, what are we going to do about this situation? We being you, your higher self, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, spirit, the creator, anyone you work with on a spiritual level, and to connect with that spirituality. And that's what's going to allow you freedom from your own financial fears and worries. It will help you to be of service to other people by giving things if they're asked for and if you feel that that's right and that works. And also saying, no, I'm not going to give this just because you're making me feel guilty or you're demanding something or you're threatening me. I don't need to give, I don't need to be ordered around. I can give something from myself and I can serve in the way that I want without any fear, but I don't need to be controlled and I don't need to be told what to do. I'm my own person and I get to make my own decisions. So it's a complicated day with potential difficult emotions that can be managed through a meditation practice. You can also be of great service today, but you can also do a lot of damage by being overly giving and almost being enabling. So it's a day of extremes. And the only way I've experienced and found a way to reduce extremes is to use common sense in a practical way and to ask my higher power or my higher self, my guidance, what the right answer is. And that's what helps me navigate tricky situations. Number-wise, we've got a court card, which is 1, and 21, which is 22, and 4, that's 26. 2 and 6 is 8, and 8 is about power. So remember the power that you have, and don't worry about finances. Don't let yourself be bullied into making a decision that doesn't feel right, and stand on your own 2 feet and stand in your power and get honest with yourself and take action from a place of real vulnerability and being really honest with yourself. And then you're beyond good and evil. Then nothing can touch you, and you can create a wonderful day and wonderful circumstances in your life. You don't need to feel guilty. You don't need to feel pushed and pressed into something. And you also don't need to feel like you're about to lose everything, because your real security comes from within. It comes from your connection with spirit, and there's nothing that you don't have. It's all there at your disposal, at your fingertips, if only you connect with the right energy. So, interesting reading, complicated day, and it's a good start to the week. You certainly will be able to get a lot done. You'll be able to make good decisions. So if you're someone who doubts their own decision-making process, don't doubt yourself today. You will make good decisions, and you can rely on yourself, and you don't need to check with 5 other people and get their opinions before you make a decision. You can just tune into your intuition, get the answer there, decide, and be happy with the decision and move forward with it. So it's a great start to this week. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.